Hi Virgos, Trishna here. Welcome to your August 2019 Success and Abundance reading. So, what I'm feeling for you is I feel like you're actually in a really good, positive, happy, free feeling place. At the beginning of August, in that reading that I did at the beginning of August of 2019, I was picking up that you were going to have some kind of breakdown if you hadn't already, and you were just going to crack under everything that was going on around you at that point in time. And I feel like that breakdown, that cracking, that falling apart has happened for you. And I feel like you've come out of the other side of it really like in such a happy, positive place. I'm sure that during the breakdown, it was really difficult. It was really hard. Breakdowns always are. But I feel like you came out feeling so much stronger, so much better. And I think the reason why is because whatever you were dealing with before, I think you thought you were happy. I think you've been feeling like you were happy, but you weren't actually happy. It's kind of like whenever you get put into some kind of bad situation. Maybe it's a bad relationship, maybe it's a bad career situation, like a toxic environment. And at first you're like, this is terrible or whatever. But then you start getting used to it. It starts to become your new normal. You start acclimating to that being your world and all of this being normal and this being what you deserve and this just being how life is. And you completely forget about how good life used to be. You forget about how good your other relationships were. You forget about how the environment you used to work in was so much better. And you just start making your new situation normal. And then you start thinking, as humans, we have this, or everybody, I guess all animals, all living things have a survival instinct. So whenever you're in this difficult situation and you start, making it seem normal to you, your survival instincts kick in and you start trying to find the silver linings in whatever it is that you're dealing with, and you start convincing yourself that this is happy, this is fun, this is good. And your body probably doesn't feel it emotionally. You probably feel upset a lot of the times, but you tell yourself, no, it's fine, it's okay, it's fine. And anytime some little good thing happens, you cling on to it and you're like, no, everything's great, everything's wonderful. So I think that you've been thinking you were happy this whole time, but you actually haven't been very happy. You've just been acclimated to a different set of standards that are actually kind of subpar. And now that you've had this breakdown and you've had some time away and you've had some time to recover, I feel like you're in a really good place. If I think you're remembering what happiness is like. I think you're starting to see what you really could have. I think you're starting to see that you've been lowering your standards and you didn't even realize, you didn't even know that was happening. And you're now able to raise your standards. You're now able to see that there's so much better out there for you. And it's just like shedding off some clothing, some old layers of who you've been for a little while, and now you get to be who you were, who you really are. And I just feel like it's a very positive thing. Now, the block that I'm feeling is whenever we suddenly have a shift in our life, or whenever we suddenly change our perspective again and start seeing the world for all the possibilities that it holds, that are there, that we've kind of shut ourselves off from for a while. When we start opening ourselves up to good and to the world can start to seem like a really big place, because we were in this certain lifestyle, this certain mindset, and we didn't see anything beyond it. And all of a sudden the walls of that toxic situation have been cracked and they've crumbled, and now you see this whole world around you and you're not sure what to do. You don't know where to go. You don't know where your next step is. You might not know what you want. If you know what you want, you don't really know the best approach to get it. So it can seem a little bit scary, because it's like, okay, this is awesome, but what now? Like, what do I do now? I don't know. Like, I've been in this other mode of living for so long. I don't know how to be different. I feel different, but I don't know how to be different just yet. I feel like some of you may actually know exactly what it is that you should be doing or how you should be approaching things going forward, but I feel like you're not really ready to make the move just yet. And I think that that's fine. I do feel like there's some divine timing at play, so there is a reason why you're not ready to make the move right now, and there is a reason why things have happened as they have. So I don't think that you should rush it. I don't think you should force yourself to make the moves that you may already know you need to be making, or the direction you already know you need to be going towards. I think that's fine. I feel like this is a time when you're not supposed to be figuring things out so much, because one, you already have the answer, you already know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. But two, I feel like you're just now back to your truer self, your more natural, happier self. And this is a time for you to really enjoy that and start making that your new normal, because you've been in a toxic situation for a while and that starts becoming your new normal, like we talked about. And it can take a little while, a little practice, a little bit of mental shifting for us to be able to make our new situation our new normal. Even though our new situation is kind of our old situation before the toxic situation, we need to reacclimate ourselves to the good in our lives, to higher standards, to better things coming our way, to better environments, better relationships, better people. We need to start getting used to that. So I would really use this time as a chance to explore and have fun with this new feeling that you're in. I would use it as a time to go out and do whatever you feel called to do, to enjoy yourself, have fun, like I was saying. So if you want to explore new interests, that's fine. If you want to go travel, that's fine. Do all of these things. Everything that you're going to be doing right now is not necessarily going to be a new passion or new purpose that it's going to be long term. These are all going to be fun things that you really just need to just do and honor, because that is honoring yourself. And I think you've been in a toxic situation and not really honoring all that you deserve or honoring yourself. And now you're back. You've had your breakdown. You're back to who you really are, your essence, and it's time for you to honor that. And so do whatever you feel called to. And I also feel like this is not really a time for you to go back to your roots. So, like I was saying before, you had a toxic situation, but before that, I think you were doing really good. You had an idea of who you were and what you deserved. Then you hit the toxic situation. I don't think it's time for you to go back to who you used to be, or to revisit your childhood and figure out what your interests were there, or what really called to you then, or what kinds of relationships you liked then. Because even though that is the essence of you, it's the past essence of you, and you have grown through this toxic situation, and you have just grown as a person through age, through other experiences in your life. And so going back to your roots is not necessarily what you should focus on. I feel like that would be a little bit of a distraction, because that's the essence of you is being pulled. The happy essence, the knowing that you deserve more, is what's being pulled now into your present. But what your interests were at that time may or may not be relevant. So, you know, I wouldn't use the past necessarily to dictate what direction or decisions you should make in your future. I feel like you already know the answer to that. And I feel like, yeah, you know the answer to that. And I think you could admit that to yourself, but you're just not ready to make the move. It's just not the right time to make the move, or you want a little more time to yourself, or you want a little more time to figure out a few things and kind of get used to it. So, really, I would just honor the you here and now and just enjoy this new emotional place that you're in, this being back to who you are at your core essence. And just like I was saying, just enjoy it, follow it wherever it leads. All the paths are going to be for fun. They're most likely not going to be tied into a longer term purpose. So, if you travel somewhere, it's not going to be that you're traveling somewhere that you're going to move to in the near future. You're just traveling for fun. If you're trying a new hobby, it's not necessarily that needs to be your new business idea or your new purpose or your new career. It's just that you're doing it to have fun. So, enjoy this time, and I think that will help you make the most of this situation and help you kind of alleviate those fears that you have of like, what do I do now? Because you know what to do now, you're just not ready to do it. And the only thing to do while you wait for divine timing is to just have fun and enjoy yourself. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it earned your like and your subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.